Someone says you look great today, and instead of a simple thank you, you feel a twist in your stomach. You deflect, oh, this old thing? Or downplay, it's just luck. Or worse, you turn it back, no, you look amazing. The moment passes, but inside, the compliment lingers like something you're not allowed to keep. Why do some of us struggle to let praise land? What happens in the brain and body when a kind word feels threatening instead of warm? Tonight, we're diving into the psychology and physiology of people who can't accept compliments. It's not humility, it's a nervous system that learned early that being seen positively is risky. Let's trace what happens the second praise arrives. Most people get a quick dopamine lift. Reward circuits in the nucleus accumbens light up, oxytocin flows, heart opens a little. But for deflectors, the amygdala flags the positive attention as potential danger. Cortisol rises instead of oxytocin. Muscles tense, throat tightens, face flushes, not from joy but from mild threat response. The prefrontal cortex jumps in with deflection scripts to neutralize the spotlight. Accepting the compliment would mean believing it, and believing it feels unsafe. Physiologically, the body treats praise like exposure. Heart rate ticks up, breathing shallows, adrenaline prepares for escape. The kind words bounce off because the nervous system is braced for the other shoe to drop. Meet the unworthiness carriers. Deep down, their self-concept is built on not enough. Early environments, critical parents, conditional love, comparison to siblings wired the medial prefrontal cortex to process self-related information negatively. Compliments clash with that internal model. Accepting one would create cognitive dissonance, a discomfort the brain avoids by rejection. Physiologically, low self-worth correlates with blunted dopamine response to positive feedback. Praise arrives, but the reward system barely registers it. Instead, cortisol spikes to resolve the mismatch. They're wrong or they want something. Deflection restores consistency, even if it's painful consistency. Then there are the imposter syndrome holders. High achievers especially, success feels borrowed, not owned. Their anterior cingulate cortex, the error and conflict monitor, stays hyperactive, scanning for proof they're frauds. A compliment highlights the gap between external perception and internal fear. Accepting it risks future disappointment when the truth comes out. Physiologically, chronic imposter feelings keep norepinephrine high, maintaining vigilance. Praise triggers a mini panic. If I believe this, the fall will hurt more. Deflecting feels safer than integrating the positive view. Don't overlook the trauma-shaped deflectors. Past praise was often a setup, followed by criticism, manipulation, or abuse. "You're so smart" became prelude to "why didn't you get perfect?" The body learned to distrust positivity. Compliments now trigger pattern matching in the hippocampus. Positive attention equals incoming harm. The vagus nerve freezes instead of warming. Oxytocin stays low. Deflection is protection. Don't let it in, don't get hurt again. Even in safe relationships now, the old circuitry fires first. The people-pleasing deflectors turn compliments back to the giver. Their nervous system is wired for harmony over self-focus. Taking praise feels selfish, like stealing shared emotional space. Mirror neurons over-identify with others' feelings. Accepting praise might make the other person feel less seen. Physiologically, their oxytocin flows more reliably when giving than receiving. Deflection keeps relationships balanced, but at the cost of self-acknowledgement. Over time, this pattern reinforces low self-priority. Dopamine comes from others' comfort, not personal pride. There are also the culturally conditioned minimizers. In some families or societies, accepting praise is arrogance. Humility is enforced early. Don't get a big head. The basal ganglia absorbs these as automatic habits: deflect, downplay, deny. Compliments trigger guilt via the insula's interoceptive awareness. I'm breaking the rule. Physiologically, this ties to higher baseline guilt sensitivity, making positive self-focus feel morally wrong. And the perfectionist comparers who hear praise and immediately scan for flaws. You did great becomes, but it wasn't perfect. Their default mode network fixates on gaps, turning positives into evidence of inadequacy. Accepting the compliment would mean settling for good enough, which their system rejects. Physiologically, perfectionism sustains high cortisol and low serotonin, making contentment hard to reach. Zoom out. Why does the body reject what should feel good? Because for many, early positivity was unreliable, conditional, or dangerous. The nervous system adapted by making self-elevation risky. In adulthood, even genuine praise hits old wiring. Chronic deflection isn't modesty, it's self-protection doing its job too well. The hidden toll is real. Unaccepted compliments reinforce negative self-schemas, deepening depression risk. Blunted reward response spreads. Joy, in general, feels muted. Relationships suffer. Others stop giving praise when it's always deflected, leaving the person feeling even less seen. Physiologically, low oxytocin from rejected bonding moments weakens social resilience. Vagal tone stays low. Recovery from stress slows. But the same physiology holds the path forward. Accepting compliments is a skill, retrainable through repetition. Start small, pause, breathe, say thank you without add-on. The first times feel awkward, amygdala protests, cortisol rises, but each tolerated moment logs new data. Praise landed and nothing bad happened. Over time, dopamine begins to register the positive input. Oxytocin flows when the words are allowed in. The nervous system updates. Being seen positively is safe. Some practice internally first, replaying old compliments and letting them sink in privately. Others use body grounding. Feel feet on floor. Slow exhale. Receive the words physically. Self-compassion helps. It's okay to hear something good about myself. The prefrontal cortex strengthens new narratives over old fears. Breakthroughs often come gradually. One fully accepted compliment, then another. The body softens, shoulders drop, chest opens, smile feels genuine. Dopamine flows not from deflection, but from integration. Self-view shifts from fragile to flexible. So which pattern blocks your compliments? The unworthiness carrier, the holder of imposter fear, the deflector shaped by trauma, the people pleaser prioritizing harmony, the minimizer following old rules, or the comparer chasing perfect? Name it in the comments if one resonates. Naming loosens its grip. At their core, people who can't accept compliments are often deeply capable, kind, and accomplished. Their discomfort with praise comes from caring too much about truth, impact, or others. The work isn't becoming arrogant, it's allowing the good to be true alongside the imperfect. Your body learned to deflect praise to keep you safe or humble. Now it can learn to receive it as fuel. You don't have to believe every word immediately, just let some land. You've earned the right to hear something good and keep it. Like the video if compliments have ever made you squirm. Subscribe for more raw looks at the quiet ways we protect ourselves.